Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. So I'm trying to grind out and get my ace tanker in my Tvp T 5051. Where do I start? I was going to talk about the Czechoslovakian nerfs that have been brought down on this tank. It's been like twice they lengthen the reload speed and the time it takes in between shells. So the interclip reload time, just really making this thing's combat capacity a lot worse than what it used to be. That's caused a lot of discussion and heartache for a lot of players. However, I still enjoy mine. It isn't the beast that it was when I first got it, but there's still a place for it on the battlefield. Alright, so Pearl River. This is a map that I'm very comfortable in. I feel like I got a good game plan, but it does require quite a bit of teamwork. So in this match, I'm going to get pretty frustrated with how my team plays this. And right away, I want to run the middle, and there's no risk of arty. I wouldn't be sitting in one position in the middle of the map if there was arty. A lot of the times they like to pre-aim here, so you have to be careful. But as I come over here, there's a Pershing that pops up. We trade shells with each other. And then I was just waiting for my team to come up the hill since it looked like I had a bunch coming with me. And unfortunately, they decide they don't want to. Now, I pull way too far out here. So I take a couple extra shells, but I do get my full clip in. One into the Pershing and 3 into that FE215B. Now, as I'm coming down, I see that there's a T-light over by our base. That's a very dangerous tank. End game on this map, scouts are very important. So if I can take him out, that's going to be clutch. As he comes over here, he just sneaks into that house. And then as I'm approaching, I realize that he's driving towards his bat chat friend. And he also has a heavy tank in there. So I don't want to dive in there. And then you'll notice that my 432 disregards the fact that there's a heavy and a medium along with the scout in there. So I sneak my nose in that little crack and I put some shots, put 3 shots into the bat chat. Decent start to the game, 7 pens. I look up and we've pretty much lost the north, I believe. It's hard to tell without the radio glitch on replays. Now, as I'm sneaking away, I do get spotted or detected, and I feel like that was the T-light detecting me. I'm not sure who was had their gun on me. I'm gonna drive up here where my teammates are, and I'm expecting them to have a big push from the north. So I'm gonna try to counter that by using this sniper hill, get some vision down, and hopefully take care of them as they push into the field. I mean, if you watch my other videos, one thing, the worst thing you can do in a heavy tank is drive out into a field, but majority of players, that's maybe an unfair statement, a lot of players will drive out into the field. And this lone 45B that lost his way does in fact drive across the field. Now, something shot at me from the far distance and I missed my 4th shot, so I only got 3 shots in the 45B. I don't shut him down, but I gotta go for a reload. The T-light kills himself, which is perfect. We don't need him in the game. And then my team is actually swinging around the south side, about to get on their cap, which is a horrendous thing to do on this map unless the red team would have came out of the north. If the red team came out of the north and was pushing the 4-5 line, then I would say, yeah, go ahead and cap. But the fact that they haven't tells me that they went back to defend their cap. Now I have to be careful on this play because one might be sitting back there. And I don't have a lot of health to trade right now. I do have 2 tank destroyers covering me. However, I decide I'm not going to go alone to the left side. If anything, I can come help the south, and if they decide to come up through the north, I'll be able to clip up and then go help up there. So I get in behind this VK101P, and I get shot by something. I'm not sure where that shot came from. It was not the 277. And then their 45 or FE215B comes flying around this corner and allows me to get 3 shots into him. And now I'm on reload. The VK101P turns on his mic. He's pretty upset with the tank destroyers. I think me too, but he doesn't name me. But he just said that you guys aren't in position to help your team. And I was already driving away, so I imagine he probably didn't realize that I was behind him. Not that I'm going to let that bother me or stop me. But I see the heavy tank, the 277, is driving across towards my tank destroyers. And I just look back to see what kind of move he's going to be making. And then I decide there isn't enough time. I got to flank this Pershing if he's still here. He is no longer in this position. And I realize then that he's dead. But there is a 140. And I hit his ammo rack. And then I rack him. And I missed my shot on the tortoise, so I'm only getting 3 shots apiece out of my clips, but I do manage to track that tortoise there, so I'm getting some assist damage here. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I should do next, and I'm not even paying attention, and all of a sudden around the corner comes an ISM. So I should have been backed up around this corner. I lock him in place, I get a shot into his side, I go for another side shot, I hit his track, so then I just shoot his cupola. Shut him down, my Jag Tiger shuts down the 277, there's only 30 seconds until we cap, and they only have an AMX M451, and I can feel that I'm close. I got 18 pens, I am close to getting an ace tanker, and I've been pushing hard hunting this ace tanker, so 15 seconds, 14 seconds, my tank destroyer asks them to attack, which means get off the base. And I'm just hoping that he's up here. I don't think anyone's checked it. Sure enough, as I come around the corner, here he is. My first shot locks him in place. The second shot, I hit his ammo rack. And my third shot, I bounce off his hull. So I'm pretty frustrated. I mean, I'm lucky to be alive there. I don't know where I bounced his shell at, but it was pretty remarkable that I bounced his shell, and I'll take it. But I wish I could have killed him there. So I'm going to reload, and I'm going to come back around, and hopefully he's still there and not dead. Now I'm expecting that he's looking at his mini-map, and he knows that I'm kind of headed back towards the middle. But then in the back of my mind, just kind of says this guy is not the greatest player. No offense to him, but just he lacks map awareness, so he's either a newer player or it's just not a priority to be super competitive. And he is platooned up, so I imagine he's got someone in his ear telling him what to do or giving him suggestions. And my tank destroyer is starting to close in, so at least I know that he's going to die either way. I'm just going to try to get in here, get as much damage, hopefully get him killed before he can get a shot into me. And I'm looking around, I can't find him. I'm going to go high, that way if he's not up here, I can catch him in the field. And sure enough, he's right here, not looking back. And that allows me to get 3 more shots. So I get 23 pens, 12 crits, 3 assisted shots, 3 kills. And that is a very nice game in the TVP. So we do it, boys and gals. We lock down that ace tanker. We get a sniper badge, Spartan medal for bouncing that shell at the end. We get a high caliber. And there's been a lot of times where I feel like I was really close to this ace tanker. But I just chase that damage at the end of the game without utilizing my teammates to the ones that have hit points to go in and maybe take a shot before I start clipping them. Just because this gun is so fun to fly around and just drop huge damage bombs on people and then get out of there. It used to be more fun back in the day before they nerfed it twice, but you can see that it's still capable of doing it. It just does it at a slower rate now. So 7,000 damage, 3 kills. My Jag got 2,600, 2 kills. Badger did 3k damage, 3 kills, and those are the 2 tank destroyers. No, I take that back. The Badger was in the south. The Charioteer was the other tank destroyer on the hill. My 60 TP did 2,400 damage and 1 kill. And then their heavy tank high tier platoon, the FE215B did 2,000 damage, and the 277 did 4,000 damage. So, you know, they didn't carry enough. They didn't get 7,000 damage. So, they don't win. And I get my ace tanker and my TVP finally. Just to talk quickly about the Czech line. I didn't mind really any of the low tier ones. I mean, I can't really speak for 1 through 4 because I don't really remember those. I remember the 5 wasn't too bad once it was fully upgraded. The 6 I still have. It's a great tank. I like it a lot. The tier 7 is kind of lackluster with the aim time and accuracy, but the turret is somewhat tough. I don't know. I didn't keep it. It's not a tank that you'll fall in love with. The tier 8 I thought was horrendous and terrible. However, now that I've learned more about guns, gun packages, and setups and everything, the tier 8 has a big gun, and that's what I ran on it. But it reminds me a lot of the tier 7's gun handling, and reload time is trash. Go with the smaller gun. I think it's the 100mm. Well, I can actually take a look here. No, it's the 88. So you want the 88, but you need like the engine and everything. So you're gonna go all the way up, and this is what I played with, and you can see that this thing's rate of fire is 5.45, penetration is 188, which is pretty sad, and aim time's 2.4, accuracy is 0.4. And you can see the aim time and accuracy is better, rate of fire is substantially better, and the penetration even goes up to 194. So looking back, I can tell why I didn't enjoy this tank, playing it with that gun. Kind of look back and laugh at the decisions you made. So it took me 183 games in my TVP. I know I was close a few times, but close isn't good enough. This game was. So I have 57% win percentage. I averaged 2,400 damage a game, and this was one of the more the earlier tier 10 medium tanks that I had. So I probably butchered some stats, and I'm slowly working them back. But happy to put the ace on the board. All right, I'll quit babbling. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.